1 hour later.
Hi guys, so for today's video, we are going to answer some questions about rubrics, portfolio, assessment strategies, and multiple intelligence. So first, what is rubrics? Rubrics is a scoring guide used to evaluate performance or a product or a project. It has three parts, which is the performance criteria, rating scale, and third is indicators. For you and your students, the rubric defines what is unexpected and what will be assessed. Define, describe, and when to use the two types of rubrics. Holistic rubrics. A holistic rubrics consists of a single scale with all criteria to be included in the evaluation being considered together. Example, clarity and organization and mechanics. With a holistic rubrics, the rater assigns a single score, usually on a 1 to 4 or 1 to 6 point scale, based on the overall judgment of the student work. Analytic rubric. A analytic rubric resembles a grid with the criteria for a student product listed in the leftmost column and with levels of performances listed across the top row, often using number and or descriptive tags. When scoring with an analytic rubric, each of the criteria is scored individually. When to use analytic rubric. Analytic rubrics are particularly useful for problem solving or application assessment or application assessment because a rubric can list a different category for each component of the assessment that needs to be included, thereby accounting for the complexity of the task. When to use holistic rubric. Holistic rubric are best to use when there is no single correct answer or response and the focus is on overall quality, proficiency, or understanding of a specific content or skills. How does the two types of rubrics looks like? Holistic rubric, single criterion rubrics, one-dimensional, used to assess participation's overall achievement on an activity or item-based predefined achievement levels. Analytic rubrics, two-dimensional rubrics, with levels of achievement as columns and assessment criteria as rows. Advantage and disadvantage of holistic rubric. Advantage of holistic rubric is emphasize on what the learner is able to demonstrate rather than what she or he cannot do. Saves time by minimizing the number of decisions raters make. Can be applied consistently by trained raters, increasing reliability. Disadvantage is does not provide specific feedback for improvement. When student work is at varying levels spanning the criteria points, it can be difficult to select the single best description. Criteria cannot be weighted. Advantage of using analytic rubrics. Provide useful feedback or areas of strength and weaknesses. Criterion can be weighted to reflect the relative importance of each dimension. Disadvantage: takes more time to create and use than a holistic rubric, unless each point for each criterion is well-defined, raters may not arrive at the same score. What is portfolio assessment and its purpose? So, a portfolio is a collection of items organized in a notebook, file, or similar format. However, a portfolio can also help document work experience, achievements, and skills in any field. In fact, developing a portfolio during college will help you to evaluate yourself and your career decisions. The primary purpose of an assessment portfolio is to document students' learning on specific curriculum outcomes. What are the steps in planning a portfolio? Step 1. Assess the current situation. Step 2. Establish investment goals. Step 3. Determine asset allocation. Step 4. Select investment options. Step 5. Measure and rebalance. How does the portfolio assessment looks like? A portfolio assessment can be an examination of work selected, samples of work experience, and documents related to outcomes being assessed, and it can be addressed and support progress toward achieving academic goals, including student efficacy. What are the advantage and disadvantage of assessment portfolio? The advantage of using portfolio assessment is serves as a cross-sections lens, providing a basis for future analysis and planning. Serves as a concrete vehicle for communication, providing ongoing communication or exchanges of information among those involved in assessment. Promotes a shift in ownership. Students take an active role in examining what they have done and what they want to accomplish. Offers the possibility of assessing the more complex and important aspect of a learning area or subject matter, and covers a broad scope of knowledge and information from many different people involved in the assessment of students' learning and achievement. Disadvantage of using portfolio assessment. It may be seen as less reliable or fair than more quantitative evaluations. Having to develop one's individualized criteria can be difficult or unfamiliar at first. It can be very time-consuming for teachers to organize and evaluate the content of portfolios. Portfolio can be just a miscellaneous collection of artifacts that do not show patterns of growth and achievement. Data from portfolio assessment can be difficult to analyze or aggregate to show change. Assessment strategies and multiple intelligences. What is multiple intelligences? Multiple intelligences refers to a theory describing the different ways students learn and acquire information. These multiple intelligences range from the use of words, numbers, pictures, and music to the importance of social interaction, in introspection, physical movement, and being in tune with nature. Traditional view of intelligence versus multiple intelligence. Traditional view of intelligence People are born with a fixed amount of intelligence. Human beings have all of the intelligences, but each person has a unique combination or profile. Intelligences levels does not change over a lifetime. We can all improve each of the intelligences, though some people will improve more readily in one intelligence area than in others. Intelligences Intelligence consists of ability in logic and language. There are many more types of intelligence which reflect different ways of interacting with the world. In traditional practice, teachers teach the same material to everyone. MI pedagogy implies that teachers teach and assess differently based on individual intellectual strengths and weaknesses. Teachers teach a topic or subject. Teachers structure learning activities around an issue or questions and connect subjects. Teachers develop strategies that allow for students to demonstrate multiple ways of understanding and value their uniqueness. What are the types of multiple intelligence? 1. Spatial intelligence. Second, kinesthetic intelligence. Third, musical intelligence. Fourth, verbal intelligences. 5. Intrapersonal intelligence. 6. Social intelligence. 7. Mathematical intelligence. 8. Is naturalist intelligence. And 9. Existential intelligence, a type of intelligence believed to be the ninth. Does multiple intelligence affect assessments? The multiple intelligence theory can draw students back into learning. Using the different intelligences to teach a concept allows each of your diverse learning a choice to succeed at learning. The learner with strength in the visual spatial intelligence will do well with drawing and puzzles.